realizing that I don't want the next 10 years to be like the last has really started to make a change in my life. I created this channel because I am tired of living in survival mode. I'm tired of being loyal to the struggle, and I just want to be a relaxed woman. Be in that soft life. And in doing that, I'm 3 weeks in, and I've been doing 30-day challenges. And so this first 30 days has been about really just resetting my mornings. And I'm resetting my mornings by just doing three things, and that is taking a 10-minute walk in the morning, having some 10-minute time with God, and then spending like 5 to 10 minutes just in silence in order to be able to learn to hear from God and understand where my mind is. And these first 3 weeks in has just been emotional for me, but yet enlightening. What I've learned so far is that, one, my biggest thing was that I needed to forgive myself, for not knowing what only time could teach me. And that is something that I do every day, and it's actually getting better to where now it's like I really have placed that in my heart, that I have forgiven myself. Understanding where my survival mode originated has been so helpful, and I'm so grateful for that. And then just having a reset method that's been helping me. It actually came in handy just a couple of days ago, where I started to have some anger, some anxiousness, and I did my 4 steps where I just focused on the awareness of my emotions. I resetted my mind, and then I just did my breathing, and then I took aligned action, and that was eye-opening, and I was so grateful for those steps and grateful for that method. And the bonus in doing all of this is that I'm losing weight. Like, I'm 5 pounds down, and I'm excited about that, because I'm like, all I've been doing really just going for the walks in the mornings. And so in preparation, we're 21 days in, getting ready to get into the last week. And in preparation for the next 30-day challenge that I'm doing, is the next 30-day challenge is going to be resetting my body. I'm going to continue on with what's happening with my body, with the changes that's happening. Like I said, I'm not waking up as tense as I was. I'm grateful for that, because my weight is at my heaviest that I've ever been. But the next 30-day challenge will be resetting my body. And I'm going to keep it with the same theme, because with resetting my mornings, I just focused on 3 things, because I realize I can't change too many things at the same time, because with me being in that survival mode, I'm already was anxious. So because I'm trying to continue the process of calming my mind down and calming my body down, I'm just going to keep it simple, just no more than 3 steps, and I'm just going to build on top of each other, just so I can create systems in place. So it's like I got my morning routine kind of set in place. There were some times where I did miss it because of due to weather. I didn't get a chance to get up and get out and walk before having to go in to work, or having to go do whatever I had to do. But for the most part, I've been consistent. So I'm going to keep that going and just keep following through that, because I'm having some mental breakthroughs with that, and I definitely think that that's part of my blockages that I definitely needed to work on. And so with the next 30 days, it's more so my body. The 3 things that I'm mainly focusing on is really just getting my steps in. My goal is to get in 10,000 steps, daily, as well as I'm going to incorporate eating more whole foods, and not necessarily eating processed foods or eating food from the cafeteria from work, just more so bringing in my lunch, that kind of structure. So I'm thinking of just at least doing that, and then including some strength training, where I'll at least do the gym. Likely I'm going to figure out the days, but I'm going to probably make myself a schedule where it's just set. Like, I'm thinking Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturdays. Those are just strictly my training days, so that way I can keep it on the calendar and keep it consistent. Because if I just tell myself work out 3 days this week or 2 days this week, next thing you know, it'll be Friday and I still haven't worked out. But if I tell myself you're going to do this on Tuesdays and this on Wednesdays, I know I'll tend to do a little better with that. So the next 30-day challenge is resetting our bodies. So let me know in the comments if you plan on joining me in this, or what are you planning on doing, resetting for the next 30 days. Because like I said, this may be a slow process, but you know, this isn't a marathon. We ain't running no real fast race here. We just trying to be consistent and just set some systems, because I need to keep myself on this process of being consistent, because I do see some changes happening within me. I do see some changes happening within my mind, you know, especially with my conversations with God. I see some awareness that's coming into play that I need to work on. So just, I'm grateful for this challenge. I'm grateful for this because I'm grateful for this season I'm in. Like I said, that survival mode took me for so long, and now I've hit my rock bottom with it, that I don't want it anymore. So it's definitely time for the change. I'm working on getting my body now that I'm working on my mind, because I do believe when the mind heals, the body responds. And I believe that my mind is finally starting to heal, and that my body is responding to it. And I want to keep that process going. So I thank you for watching. If you're on this journey too, where you are tired of being in survival mode, you are starting over, you want to create a new life for yourself, I encourage you to go on this journey with me. And like I said, put it in the chat with this next 30 days. What do you plan on focusing on? And don't make it extraordinary, you know, a lot. Just focus on one thing at a time, because we don't want to get overwhelmed in this. We're trying to get from being so overwhelmed. So I thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.